Massachusetts at the St. Michael's Cemetery. The cemetery dates to 1871. We're in the non-concentrated section, the section never made holy. And in this section are all the non-baptized children that died very young. They couldn't be buried in the holy section, so they buried them off to the side. It's one or two sections like this, and I'll point to the other one later in a few minutes. But if you go walking around here, you see old burials from the 40s, 50s, up to today. And most of the children only lived a few days, if that. And it's very sad to see, but at least they have a very respectful locations out here. Many flat stones. I would guess that there's a good fraternal group around the churches of Springfield. St. Michael's Catholic Cathedral probably has a good fraternal group, and they probably pay to have these burials done and pay for the flat stones. These flat stones would cost a couple $100s. So it's a sad section, but it's well taken care of. So they respect it as much as they possibly can. So we're going to sweep from this very extent over there, slowly sweep across it, and then I'm going to talk about what's behind us. All right, now behind us is the Potter's Field. The Potter's Field is such that a lot of times they couldn't afford a burial, and so it had to be paid for by outside groups. The most likely case is the fraternal groups around Springfield would have paid for the burials. It would have to be a simple burial, and they're usually off to the side, back of the cemetery, and this is where we are. And you can see that there's a lot of flat stones, and if you look up the top of that hill, there's a lot of individual stones. So it's the start of an individual section. All right, but this section back here is enormous also, because there were so many people that could not afford their burials. Now there's one more baby section, and it's over there along the side of that hill beyond the road, between the two trees out there, and that's another baby section, probably an older baby section. Now what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to sweep the entire length of all these three green sections. It's very large, so you get to see how large the Potter's Field was. And each of these paupers are buried respectively. And it's actually good to see how large this Potter's Field is, because in a lot of Catholic cemeteries you don't see that. They don't have the money or the fraternal group supporting it, and so they'd have to be buried with the Protestants. But this one must have had a very strong fraternal group, and it's actually very good to see. So thank you very much for coming in the stop of the St. Michael's Cemetery.